Alzheimer's starts here, decades before you forget anything. Scientists have mapped exactly where Alzheimer's begins, and it starts in a region so small, so silent, the person has no symptoms at all. No memory loss, no confusion, nothing. And by the time any of that appears, the damage has already been spreading for years, possibly decades. That map is called Braque staging. And once you understand it, you'll never think about dementia prevention the same way again. I'm Dr. Mark Chern. This isn't my clinical work. This Midlife Brain Project is my own project because I started having memory loss and am learning all about the brain so that somehow I can prevent dementia in the future. These videos are my findings, not medical advice, just what I've been learning. For a long time, Alzheimer's research focused on amyloid, the plaques Dr. Alzheimer first found over a century ago. The hope was that clearing amyloid would solve the disease, and that hasn't worked out at all. What the research keeps pointing toward instead is phosphorylated tau pathology. Tau tangles, or NFTs, neurofibrillary tangles, are the keywords here. This is when normal tau proteins in brain cells misfold, clump, and then spread through the brain. Braque staging maps exactly how. This was my own research, and I did have difficulty understanding the anatomy initially. But let's go through it together. It begins in the transentorhinal region. In the initial stages 1 and 2, the tau tangles are confined there. The person feels normal, but the mutation has already started. Let's look together where this location is. If you have the brain and you have these temporal lobes on the side, this location is at the medial or the inner side of the temporal lobe. It's around this area. And if you stack on this other image, you'll have an understanding that is more 3D. It's basically underneath the cap, just inner to the temporal lobe. In stages 1 and 2, the tau tangles or the NFTs are confined there. And the person feels completely normal, but the mutations have already begun. In stages 3 and 4, the pathology spreads into the limbic system. The two anatomical areas that are connected to the limbic system are the hippocampus and the amygdala. These two regions are deep in the brain's core. If your TEC is inside of the temporal lobe, then the hippocampus and amygdala are further in, right in the center of the brain. The hippocampus and amygdala are the emotional and memory centers. This is where memory deficits begin. The first recognizable signs of Alzheimer's correspond to damage here, where the memory bank is. Stages 5 and 6 are when tau reaches the neocortex, the outer brain. It could spread outward into the temporal region, or it could spread into the frontal lobe. When the frontal lobe is involved, you will see disinhibition. This is where the person is not able to inhibit in a socially normal manner. There is impulsivity and repetitive behavior. Bruce Willis is a clear example. He had this thing called FTD, which is frontal temporal dementia. Although he started with temporal signs where he had difficulty expressing himself, when it moved to the frontal lobe, he started behaving in a very abnormal manner. Alzheimer's doesn't arrive suddenly. It moves slowly from one small fold of the brain, going further in, and then spreading outward over decades. If you are thinking about prevention, really thinking about it, the window isn't after diagnosis. It is now, before stage 1, when the brain is still quiet. Please like and follow if this interests you. Thank you.